Did secret society alchemist wizards of the past employ mass mind control methods using these mercury-laced top hats that literally everybody is wearing? Look at the top hat mania of the past. Was it all a matrix psyop warfare to control the human mind and behavior? Sounds absolutely wild, right? Everybody in hats beyond fashion, alchemized fabric, functioning as mind control devices. Mass MK Ultra-like mind control methods over the whole orphan train era to convince them to be the new Rockefeller worker bee factory automatons. Preserved in cultures and language, even the phrase Mad Hatters remembers this. The phrase Mad Hatter always used to reference this, and even the archetypal guy with the top hat that's wacky. Even the Batman villain, named the Mad Hatter, literally has mind control technology. Look at this description. An unhinged psychotic criminal in possession of mind control technology. Could you phase that being your character description? And also the Mad Hatter in the Alice in Wonderland. Also with the same exact Mad Hatter's disease, which we'll get into in a minute. Speaking of Wonderland, all of these Mad Hatters are associated with delirium and illusions. Just like the kind that they definitely perpetrated on society and these top hats were probably part of. This top hat control went on for like 200 years in Europe and America. Object of the week at today's World Fair, poisonous top hat anyone? If you look into it, you'll find mercury, which is key for all alchemy things, were laced into the top hats. And also quickly, because it's gross, at some point in time, urine was as well, which is also part of alchemy. This is literally witchcraft. And it seeped into the head and hair and produced vapors and were inhaled and made people sick over time. Led to insanity, psychosis, irritability, and way more. And they were super mega promoted as the Matrix fashion of the day, that you had to have one. Also, just like any good old demonic ritual, look at what happened with the first top hat ever caused a riot. People and women were scared just at the sight of seeing this guy in the top hat, conjuring up some archetypal instinctive fear. Probably related to the Hatman, which I'll get to in a minute. Even animals going wild, and a kid broke his arm. Anyway, better keep up and get one of these top hats. It led to erratic, flamboyant, and mood swings or worse, which are literal demon possession symptoms. Probably could even call them cursed top hats. Oh well, just have to throw them all into the asylums and make the asylum numbers go up, I guess. Re-education programming centers, on the rise. I wonder if there's anything like that in our society that's super promoted that has similar effects. Clothes, brands, items, whatever. Do you ever feel a weird feeling putting a certain matrix fabric on your head or body? Are you even attuned to any of that? Does everything just feel the same? Mad Hatters, a real thing. Nowadays, there's just Mad Haters. Actually, you know, this place is becoming idiocracy fairly quickly. Anyway, other chemicals over time in alchemy done to these hats and fabrics that made people hallucinate, made them sick slowly over time, or just mad, like the Mad Hatters. Looking back, later agencies have even admitted that they've done hallucinogenic experiments on the public, without their consent. Wonder if any of this could be related. How does anyone even think that's okay to do? Well, it's because they're not human. Quick side quest, imagine the first person ever to do this, to wear a hat. Man born in nature, and he's like, hey, I think I want to put this thing on my head and walk around with it. Anyway, back to the top hat. Have you ever wanted one? If it came back in fashion and was pushed hard by the Matrix, would you cop one? I bet you're ordering one now, aren't you? Trends, predictive programming, songs, media, movies, all part of this same connected Matrix web. Branches of the same mental designing. A whole populace under delirium, susceptible to overt and covert subliminal messaging and propaganda. The easiest kind of NPC to control is also the exact same symptoms as Mad Hatter's disease. Check it out. Depressed, low confidence, don't care about anything, being apathetic. ADHD, can't focus on anything, shy, timid, personality changes, memory loss, and other medical conditions that would also gateway into profiting and further drugging by the Matrix medical communities. You know what? Maybe we are in a society of Mad Hatters. Sounds like an actual villain plot. It might be happening. But probably not even just through fabric and food, but also mainly through technology modern day. Anyway, those types of people are the easiest to control. Even Gmork, the wolf in the Neverending Story, talks about hopeless people, and people like this are the easiest for the system to control. Also, the people that came over here were fleeing licking the king's boots, so they were a certain type of people, and then basically they just got followed over here and mind controlled by infiltrators, basically, who became the heads of these secret societies that operate behind the scenes. Take a group of resistance warriors, and in a generation or two turn them into, yes sir, Mr. Rockefeller, which brings us into other Masonic, MK Ultra tech gear, like the Masonic rings, supposedly that have mind control influence over people all throughout the occult secret societies and many cultures and legends. Royals and other societies, and not just rings, but jewelry as well, all to have empowered effects, or technological Tesla-like effects in the energy realm and on people around you. But specifically, some of these rings and other devices were mind control devices for influence. Even just think about some spy gadgets that exist, even on the market, but especially with the top levels. Spy gadgets, things that look like they're something that they're not. Things not exactly as they seem. Other weird hat threads, aside from the Anunnaki and ancient Sumerian cone hat pattern that I've covered. But Hatman and the Men in Black, probably the same phenomenon, the Hatman demon.
Came home one night, went into his bedroom, and suddenly these three dark, shadowy figures materialized through his wall into his bedroom. They were wearing the hats and the overcoats. They had glowing eyes and they smelled like sulfur.
MIB or Hatman, said to have telepathic powers and make people ill. Have you ever seen Hatman? Even recent portrayals of the Mad Hatter with Johnny Depp had him looking exactly like the Nephilim clown archetype with the top hat. Anyway, interesting the veiled tradition of why they put a hat on graduates, why they put this particular hat as initiates. Well, it is called the mortar board, which is a masonry term. A moldable substance for masons, just like the minds of all their initiate graduates. Anyway, weird how a hat used to be part of the school uniform and they forced you to wear one. And that evolved into now you're not allowed to wear one. Even over the time, cultures went from covering your head to pray or in holy places to now you need to take your hat off to show respect. The way all these things keep changing. Anyway, hope you've graduated from the Matrix. Hats in the mind and invisible energy, the common link. The Bible even tells you to cover your head sometimes when you pray. Guard your mind now more than ever. And even the Royal Guard and the Guard emoji have a cool hat. And just like the Royal Guard is mega savage when people transgress their boundaries with him, you should be the same with your mind, to guard it. Guards take invaders or transgressors captive, and with that same Royal Guard, no tolerance energy, you should do the same to captive thoughts in your mind. That's what Paul in the Bible says, to take those thoughts captive. Just Royal Guard energy right out of your domed city up there. Enclosed, the ultimate war device, an anti-mind control protector, is the helmet of salvation. Courtesy of Yeshua, even stronger than diamond alchemy armor. This is just one exhibit out of 7 on Savage Truth's Conspiracy World Fair Tour. Don't miss all 7 that I'll collect in the comp in the future, with different exhibits. But for now, make sure you put on your helmet of salvation. Peace out.
Nothing beats a Savage Truth video. Every video feels like a holiday. You can save some much needed time and stress by going on truth binges by yourself or with a family of 4. Don't miss out. Book now with Savage Truth.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Agents of the Matrix only exist to make me like them. I won't be like them. I won't be like them. No. Faith is what you make it, only exists to be more like him.